Hello everyone, and welcome back to Dead Space Extraction. Oh god. So, of course I had to show this off. It's a bunch of blood, where this is like the crazy writing. It makes me curious if it's how this progresses. Is it, like, this is just with one mission done, so I'm curious how it changes with each mission being done. Or if it's dependent, if after, like, you complete, like, I'm about halfway through the game on this chapter, this file, right? So there's blood, and I'm curious how it changes, how exactly it works. Anyway, I want to apologize now if I'm, again, a little less talkative, and if my voice just sounds a little off. I must be getting a sore throat or something, because like yesterday I was kind of feeling it, but I was like, maybe just a one-off or something, like maybe something irritated my throat, and no, it's still kind of there. It doesn't, I won't say it's painful to swallow or anything like that, just I feel it a little bit there, so if I sound a little off, that is why. It may make me a little less talkative, but I've also said that while I've been playing this, it's requires a good deal of focus. You know, like, I'm pretty sure I got 4 stars on the other file on this, and I'm gonna guess because I just died twice over when I did that, so I don't know, I could probably get an extra star from that. Yeah, so we're on chapter 6, and I looked it up. This game has 10 chapters, so we are halfway through it. We'll see if, like, with how the missions are, if it's gonna take longer, if some of these later missions are longer, and if I get stuck on, I don't know if there's boss fights or anything. From what I've seen, there's boss fights, but it is possible I will get hung up on a boss. I also played this for a bit of test recording. Since I wasn't quite sure if this is just like an endless horde thing or not. It's not an endless horde, it's just like basically like a short little, you go through a section of like a previous level or something of the sort, and you just kill enemies and you do your best to get a good score. You can see, I mean, I made the top 10, so that's something, but I wasn't great, obviously. So I might do these. We'll see how many there are once I'm done the game, because I think you unlock more as you go. There are only 3 right now for me to access, so maybe there'll be like 5 of these, so I might do them. Because my thing was, like, if they're just like endless amounts of wave kind of thing, then I don't really feel there's a reason for me to do it. I might do it as a bit of bonus for this game. Does this actually give me like an option to switch these out, or is this, no? Okay. I guess that has to be done in the mission. Oh, I almost forgot. Thank you to Nicoreda, they made the Protogen model. Thank you to Okkura, did the VRM work, and thank you to Main Monkey Funky, who did the ODST armor. And as for the day, it is October 2nd. It is my birthday today at the time of recording, so that's exciting. It's 2:35 in the morning, so I'm starting a little earlier than I did last time. I guess I had it out of the way. Let's get a move on. The goal is to at least try and finish the main story of this game today. Because I wasn't planning on this being like Okay, they did fall.
Is everyone okay?
Eckhart, hold on to me.
Okay. Everybody all right?
1, 2, 3. All present and correct.
God, as if we weren't all feeling terrible enough already. It's freezing in here.
We'll be out of here soon enough.
Just keep moving. Who knows what the hell's down here.
The not so friendly environment. Also, I looked this up. There was less than a year gap between Dead Space 1 releasing and this releasing, so they put this together really quick. And I mean, like, obviously the thing to say here is I don't really know, like, if this game is running on the same engine. I don't know what the process would have been. I know, like, obviously we're going through a number of new areas here. So, that would obviously be stuff they would have to craft from scratch, but there are some areas that I imagine they basically got to reuse. Even if they needed to remake the assets, they already have the layout of the room and stuff to go off of and character models, so I imagine there's a lot of things here that help save time. They already have an aesthetic to work with in terms of the locations and such, so I imagine that helped. Sorry, I just need to pause since with like editing this game has been a little more interesting because the game is always going, right? It's like I need to pause to stop it. The game is always progressing. It's not like the other Dead Space games where I can kind of just stand still for a second and take a sip of my drink or something or whatever. The pace is kind of always going, so it makes editing this a little, like, interesting because I don't want to cut off. Like, I do my best to cut the videos when I feel it's like at a good moment or something, like maybe a bit of a cliffhanger when it fades to black, when I'm going through a doorway, just like moments where it's like, yeah, I don't want to cut the video right when I'm in the middle of a boss fight or in the middle of like an action scene. That doesn't make sense, right? Like I do my best to make it feel natural when I edit the videos. And like the 15-minute mark I work with is more of just I aim to have videos around 15 minutes, but I let it varies like very much on what is happening at that time. If I need to push the video to 20 minutes, I will do that. If I feel like the section goes on a little too long and I need to make it 13 minutes, I'll do that. Because I want it to feel natural and I want to feel like it progresses pretty well. The 15-minute thing I do is more of like a guideline. And I've also, when it comes to uploading the first video of a new series, I do tend to make that one a little longer. It's a bit more to like bite down on because usually I'm going to talk on the main menu of the console, whether that be the original Xbox, the 360, the Wii. I usually have a bit of a spiel to do before I start the game, so I like to make those first parts a little longer.
Growing up, I always wanted to visit the Ishimura. But this is not what I had in mind.
Lexine, where were you born?
Earth. Why?
Just curious.
We'll see how long the Wii remote's good to go for before I need to do the battery switch.
Looks like those creatures are having a time of it down here too.
What the hell?
Shoot it!
What? Adapting to their environment.
Great.
There's something over there. My head is aching again. Nate, I really don't like it down here.
And me neither, Lexine. Stay close, I'll protect you.
See that? The exits are locked down. Looks like we're stuck here with those things.
I did see something there, but a little too fast for me to
We haven't got all day.
react. We will go left. Be a terrible idea to use the that thing down here. Zap everyone.
Nailed him!
So, is it safe now?
I feel like I'm being watched.
We're always being watched.
Shit! Look out!
It's the babies. Jeez, the brains on that one really does. I did not handle that the best.
I can hear something ahead.
Sounds like a waterfall. We might be near the water treatment facility.
There's gotta be access from there to the rest of the ship. Let's go.
There's a ladder.
See, Eckhart? Back on solid ground in no time.
I mean,